beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast. Man, let's get this thing started though, man. Welcome to the Streets A&R Podcast. It's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
It's your other host, Johnny No Good.
And we finally here. We've been talking about something for a long time, building up to this moment, to this day, to this weekend, man. Labor Day weekend in the city. We ain't going nowhere. We trying to bring stuff here, man. And today we got a special guest, man. I told y'all I was gonna do it, and I sure did. Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Right. One of my artists that I had on the end of my list of artists to watch for in 2023 was able to get him here for the first time in Omaha, Nebraska.
Yeah.
Here joining us this weekend for the 4th annual sneaker soiree. Gonna make sure he brings some good vibes. Make sure y'all ain't got no stress in y'all life this weekend. Even though we started out kind of stressful in this damn thing,
Man.
on this trip. But man, we got none other than dear Silas in the building.
Yo, what it do? What's up with it, man?
Man, I'm so glad you made that song because
Yeah.
I had to apply that to life as soon as I got to the airport.
Man, hey, it's definitely one of them things that, you know, we human, so things are gonna happen, you know, but thank God, you know, it's right there to catch you, you know, when it happens. So I definitely apply it to my everyday life.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was thankful the whole time. Like, man, this could have happened yesterday when I was broke. It could have happened while we were driving, but it didn't. So I ain't even mad.
That's dope, you know, how you can even just being able to pull the positive out of a situation and look at it and just imagine what it could have been, you know, and being grateful that it went this way versus going that way. So that's dope in itself right there.
Yes, sir, man. We are definitely glad to have you here in the city for the first time, man, and light the city up. I just want to start off by saying, one, thank you for coming. And then two, just letting you introduce yourself to the world, our world, because everybody might not be familiar on our platform. Your platform much bigger. But introduce the people to yourself on who you are, where you coming from, and I guess just a little bit about you.
Yeah. If you don't know, my name is Silas. I am from Mississippi, where it is exponentially more hotter right now. We coming from 110 degree weather, so it feels pretty good in Omaha. So thank y'all for that. Y'all didn't have to give me this good weather, but you did, and I'm appreciative for it.
Yes,
but yeah, I'm a hip hop musician. I'm just a musician. I'm an artist. You know, any facet of art, I'm with it. You know, and I'm just here to share my experiences, you know, in hopes that first and foremost that I get better. And second, that it can help somebody else along the way, you know, through, similar experiences. And, you know, I think, you know, I'm just really here to help my people, emphasis on my people grow, you know, and get to where we need to get, you know, as a whole.
Yes, sir, man. We definitely feel you and appreciate it. That's why we got you here for people and put on artists like yourself.
Yeah.
And expose them to this part of the world, man. People have a certain type here. So it's always like, who can we bring that's going to bring that fire? That's a dope individual that can show them something else, something different.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, I just want to talk about the beginnings. It's funny. Like I found you, I think it was just in my algorithm back when you would doing your raps over viral clips.
Okay.
And then you would hit the trumpet.
Yeah.
Talk about what kind of spawned that idea of, man, you know what? This, and you put one in like the Show Did song is actually one of them clips. But what kind of spawned that idea and what got you going to say, you know what? I'm going to do this, make this content and see what happens.
Man, I think like that time frame just reminds me of 2020. And I think, you know, I feel like I can speak for everybody and say that was a crazy time, you know, and, you know, the world is still trying to recover from all the stuff that happened that year. But for me, man, I was just trying to find a way to, you know, sharpen the sword, you know, continue to get better. And, you know, I was like, while I'm, you know, making, you know, music and making my original stuff, you know, I can be over here doing this. It's entertaining. But at the same time, I can, kind of flex my muscle a little bit, on the bars and just kind of continue to grow as an MC, because I just want to keep getting better and better and better. So for me, it was more so a challenge of anything, just seeing like, what can I go on top of? Can I get this? Can I catch that? And just be able to like live in any scenario. Yeah.
Were you also doing your own production on those, or was somebody else producing the clips?
Oh yeah. So as far as like, you mean like the viral clips and whatnot? Yeah, I mean, I'm editing, all the videos and whatnot, so yeah, I would just find moments and just, rap over those moments. But yeah, as far as, putting them together, I just find them, do my thing at my, I did some animation on a few of those. So I was doing that too. And that's why I meant by like, man, any facet of just being, of art, I'm with it, like I, whether that's writing something or, producing or drawing or painting or whatever, I'm just all about just the world of creating. It's fun to me.
Oh man, yep. And speaking of art, like looking at your shirt with the Sailor Moon, right? And I know just from your past, the covers and the animation you did, you're big into anime. Yeah. Like being from Mississippi and being from the country, the boonies. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Texas, so I know a little bit about a little bit.
Oh man, you from the South? I didn't know you from the South, bro.
Tyler, Texas, bro.
Yeah, you my country cousin then. Yeah. Okay, yeah.
So being from there and being into like anime, how was it like coming up, growing up, and even how was it growing up, and then how was it when you were trying to incorporate some of that lingo, some of that flair into your career?
Man, so anime is like, it's kind of hidden now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like it was not. And to be fair, it low key. I mean, it's anime has been here for a very long time, but just as far as it getting popular, on the Western side of the world, it was kind of popping, around like just really getting popping around the 2000s and whatnot. But back then, man, for me, honestly, it was like taboo. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to be. It's crazy because no lie, I get clowned and all that. Like, you be on all that Dragon Ball Z and blah, 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 and this and that. But then them same dudes, they'll come around when ain't nobody looking. They be like, hey, so what's this Super Saiyan thing? Tell me about that. I'm like, you want to know? But I mean, why we just can't be cool, bro? You know what I'm saying? So, but like now.
At 4:00.
Right, bro. But nah, man, yeah, it's a big part of me. I think for me, man, like, it's the values, yeah, it's like it's animated series, but I think the thing that keeps me, especially shonen, is just the fact that most of the characters, like the attitude is built around like perseverance and not giving up, like these dudes get knocked down 300 times. You want to be like, bro, sit down, stay down, bro. He dog walking you right now, but I kind of like instill that in myself, man. Like, I don't always win, but I do know how to keep getting back up. So yeah,
that's what's up. So that means you rock with more so Vegeta than Goku.
You know what? What's crazy? I didn't at first, but now I do. I get it. Vegeta like one of them people you got to kind of mature a little bit to understand, like, you know what I'm saying, what he on or whatever. So I'm definitely, I'm definitely rocking with Vegeta more. He ain't my favorite character, but I'm definitely rocking with him more now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got some, Johnny?
Yeah, man, I think that's super dope. Like you said, it's kind of one of those hidden things that anime we used to get made fun of. I noticed that you had a screensaver of the Dragon Ball Z. Was you one of the types that was trying to turn Super Saiyan 2?
I ain't gonna lie, I might have tried it once or twice, you know what I'm saying? Bust a little blood vessel here and there. Ain't work, but I turned Super Saiyan in my own way now, you know what I'm saying? But I tried it though, yeah.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, listen, I seen it in your eye. I ain't gonna cap. I seen the eye twitch, man. I don't know why. I'm bald-headed. You see me, bro. I thought my shit was gonna turn blind and my eyes was gonna turn blue.
Come on, man. Come on, bro.
Man, so as far as creatively, you mentioned that you like to pull from all kind of different sorts of arts. What's some of your influences creatively that allowed you to start expressing yourself through different mediums?
Well, off top, Michael Jackson. And it's just, man, not even just from like, the music side, but just performance and how I feel like he's able to enter like a different dimension, when he gets in his element, he invites you to that world. And I kind of want to do that for people. Like, I want you to be able to like get so, lost in the experience that it just feels like you're in an entirely different place. And so I mean, Michael Jackson is a huge, I mean, it's a lot of people. Michael Jackson is a huge influence for me, as far as just like how I approach, what I do. Like when I make music, I can be in the booth, laying down a verse, but simultaneously I'm thinking about like what the visual gonna look like. Mm-hmm. How, okay, should I even go with this phrase? Because how is it gonna come across when I perform it live? Mm. I want to be able to pull, the most energy out of the crowd, if I say it this way, or I'm all about voice inflections. I can do a verse perfect 10 times. Like I hear people always saying like, oh, I did that one take. And for me, it's not really about one take. It's just about the right take. Mm-hmm. When I rap something, yeah, I can nail the word, that's fine, but I might want the pitch to be up a little bit here. I might want to pull it down right here and really make them, like listen to what I'm saying. So yeah.
No, super dope. And look at that, caught on it. But no, super dope. That's one thing that I noticed when I was checking out your project. I mean, it's one of those things I had went through, and I noticed that you did a lot of like theatrical performances on your project, and a lot of the little things to kind of piece it together. I also saw it and heard that you were a trumpeter. What was like your influence in getting into playing instruments and stuff like that?
110% solely my father. That was it. It wasn't like a thing where I was like, yeah, I want to do this. He was like, you gonna do this. So I'm just put that out there right now. But yeah, man, for a long time, my dad was a musician. He played saxophone. I was like, yeah, I want to play saxophone. My dad played saxophone. And, and I went in, middle school, that first day when they picking your instrument or whatnot. And I was like, yeah, I'm playing saxophone. They gave me the saxophone. It didn't work out. Mm-hmm. And my band director at the time, he was like, try this. And he gave me like a trumpet mouthpiece. And I hit it. And he's like, oh, that's your instrument right there. So, I've been doing that ever since. But yeah, man, solely my dad, man. And, I didn't always understand it, but I do think, just being a horn player first, that's a real big part of who I am, like as an MC, because I think probably one of the dopest things about what I do is I'm really intricate with my delivery. And it just, I improvise with the horn. It's the same thing with freestyling. So, the licks I hit on the horn, I'm trying to mimic those same things on the mic.
Yeah, that's super dope. I think that personally, one of the dopest things that you do is your energy. You could tell that you got from a spiritual family, you got a positive energy. All of your tracks are pretty much uplifting, even when you talk about some heavy subjects. Yeah. Songs like Insecure was super dope. But when it came down to what really stood out to me, it comes to what you talked about when you first got on the interview. You admired my man's ability to take a bad situation and make it positive. And I think that that's kind of what impresses me the most about somebody like yourself, especially with a song like March 28th. Could you talk about like what it was like in that moment to pay homage and homage to your father in that moment with a song creatively like that?
Yeah, man, it was tough. And I went back and forth on whether I was even going to attempt to do something like that. Like my dad he passed away like early on a Monday morning. I remember we drove to the hospital. It was like 5 a.m. And, and I was in the studio that night, or not the next night, Tuesday night, and just thinking about like, man, should I even be doing this right now? And for me, I thought of it as, music is just something, I really enjoy doing. I'm really passionate about it. And, one thing me and my dad, we didn't have a lot of stuff in common, but one thing we had in common was music. Mm-hmm. And I can honestly say, like, if it weren't for him pushing me in so many ways, first starting out on piano and then, make me pick up an instrument, I wouldn't be talking to y'all right here today about any of this. So, I thought, man, yeah, this is tough, but I really want to be able to look back on this situation and just see, where my emotional state was, how I was feeling, and really just I wanted to do it in the moment because, and it's not really a wrong or right way to do this, but I wanted to do it in the moment because I wanted to pull out whatever was in me right there and put that on wax versus me like kind of sitting with it, and having my time to heal and whatnot, and then coming back and writing something later. Like the stuff you heard that night was just like, turn it on, let's go. And I'm gonna just say whatever whatever come out. So I just really wanted that raw, feel. And I just wanted, whatever, how I felt at that moment to come out, and, hopefully he received that too.
Sir, yeah, thank you, man.
Thank you, man. We appreciate people who try to put what's truly on their heart on the microphone, because that helps a lot of people who going through similar situations that have went through those situations.
Yeah.
And speaking of family, I noticed like with your team and even with your content, like you just had your niece on there rapping at the different stages, and like here as a part of your team, your management, you have your significant other as your manager, and you have some other members. Like, what is it like to have such a close-knit unit to you, and how did that even come about? Like, was it a situation where she was already interested in managing, or she was like, you ain't going nowhere without me?
I mean, it's a little bit of both. I mean, honestly, but I mean, for the most part, man, my manager, which is my wife, Cookie, she been here from the beginning, the very beginning. And, whereas in the beginning, she didn't have the term, manager. I mean, she pretty much been doing it the whole time, whether it's just guiding me with decisions, telling me what, like, hey, nah, I wouldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, do that. Or let's go here, a creative direction. Like a lot of the things that you see, I mean, she put just as much time into it as I did, to come up with the ideas and just really make things solid. So it just made sense on paper. Like I was like, why not pay you? You know what I'm saying? It just makes sense to, to make that happen. And as far as my team, man, it's really just built up of, family and friends and just people who I know genuinely, got my back, and who are going to be honest with me, and tell me the truth, and people I feel like I can actually have honest conversations with, and I feel like that's really important when building a core of people. It's really got to be people who you trust and who will hold you accountable, and same thing on the other side.
Yeah, man, it's kind of an interesting situation when the person you care about is directly responsible for if you feed them or not. So it makes you work harder sometimes to say, no, I'm going to go get this, because it's not just I'm bringing it home. I'm literally feeding the people that I care about, so it's bigger than me. And when it becomes bigger than you, you hear it in the music now. You hear it in the presentation. You see the meticulous efforts to make it not perfect, but make it a grand project, a grand piece. So it's definitely seen, bro. Almost slipped my mind. I literally had two things I wanted to get to. When it comes to gigs like this, it's funny because I don't have, luckily I have my company name in my email, but I'm always curious as to what made you all say yes to this opportunity, knowing that it's a brand new city you haven't toured or haven't been to. Kind of a random name in the email, like what the hell is Ejike, right? But what makes you say yes to an opportunity like this? Like, what does this bring to you and the team? Like,
Yeah. Well, first and foremost, man, we're really, really big on energy. And I'm gonna tell you, like, I got the best BS radar in the world right over here. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, she can pick up on it in a second, and that's why she's in the position that she's in, because I trust her intuition. It hadn't steered me wrong yet. And she brought it to me, and when she brings stuff to me, she tell me right from the jump, hey, this is what's going on, blah, blah, blah. This is how I feel about it. But it's on you if you want to do it or not. You know what I'm saying? And she brought it to me, the vibes were good, and I know if she felt good about it, then I felt good about it. And also, we definitely, I've never been to Omaha, but I also love, like, just trying to root myself in, like, not having a ceiling. I want to figure out different ways to get better. And, and if that means, going someplace I've never been is going to be more challenging for me, I want to overcome that, and I want to get that under my belt, and I want to see what that feels like, so I can know how to move accordingly. So we just, we thought it was a good move, man. I thought, good people, you know what I'm saying? You seem to be dope, you know what I'm saying, through conversation. And again, she can pick up on stuff. So she would have told me if it wasn't the move, and she didn't. So I was like, yeah.
Listen, man, sometimes when that check clear, you be like, all right, I think it's cool. No, I'm saying. I done heard too many horror stories. And speaking of that, I got a question on, before your situation now with you all have your own kind of label, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So before that, was there any situation where you were signed or were getting some steam to where people were starting to offer, and kind of what was that experience like, if you had any of those situations?
Yeah. I was, I've been in a couple of situations. I was signed to Sony RCA back in 2019, 2020. Then I moved from there to an independent record label, and so that kind of gave me like the experience to kind of see both sides, you know. Just seeing like on a major side, and then being partnered with somebody else on the independent, and it just really made me realize that, like, man, I need to be the captain of my ship. I need to be in command of what I got going on. And I get the question all the time. It's like, man, is it better to be on a major, or is it better to be independent? And I was like, man, it just solely depends on the person. I'm not really here to knock major record labels or anything like that. But I know for me, I'm the type of guy that I know what my vision is, and I know what I want, and I know where I'm trying to go. Like, I know what I want it to look like in the next 20, 30 years. And so for me, it's really important for me to be able to steer that ship, have that control, because we know what we want it to look like. So us starting, you know, our own label, which is Sound Village, I just think it's been in the makings for a long time, but it was just really on us, timing, and God, you know, to just go ahead and pull a trigger on it. Because I feel like, you know, we are so we pretty good at moving as a unit, and, you know, and just handling stuff on our own anyway. And, you know, it feel good to be your own boss, you know, too. That's one thing. But yeah, the situation, you know, like I was on a major. It was cool, but in that situation, I kind of lost myself. And what I mean by that is I didn't trust me, you know. And what's crazy is I had to remember, like, what got me in that situation was me, you know, and the decisions that I made, the decisions we made as a team. And when I got there, I lost all sense of, you know, of me and confidence. And it started turning into, they know more than me. You know, they've been a record label for over 100 years. You know, they got this person and that person. Surely they know what to do, you know. And, you know, just not remembering, like, hey, you know, I'm him. You know what I'm saying? It was the reason why they hit me up. It was the reason why they brought me, you know, along and say, hey, we want to do this with you. And I think that was just God just reminding me, like, hey, man, you got it. You know, just trust me, trust yourself, and everything will be okay.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. And in them label, I got one more question about it. Just in those situations, do you ever feel like the label signs people just for the sole reason to keep somebody else from signing them and controlling?
Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt. Record labels they probably sign like 60 people a quarter. Like, yeah. Like you know, you walk in and you getting signed, and it's 30 people right behind you coming in that same week. And, you know, it's like a game for them, I think, you know. Not a game, that's not the right word, but it's just like, hey, let's see if this one gonna hit. Let's see if this one gonna hit. Let's see it. And if not, hey, we got it. We got it locked in now. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever, you know. So I think, like, it's, you know, you got a few people out there, and the game keeps changing, because it's not like, I would say that, you know, of course, being on a major was popular, but now it's certain deals. I ain't even gonna say what type of deal it is, because, you know, I don't want to get into that. But there are people out there trying to make certain things look favorable to young artists coming up right now. And if you listening and you are artists, just really pay attention to what that looks like. Just be like, is this really good for me? I know this might look good in this moment right here, but how this gonna look in the next couple of years? You know, and just remember, like, if they hitting you up for something, 9 times out of 10, you could probably get way more if they coming at you with this, you know. But yeah, definitely, they definitely, they signing people. It's a game.
Yeah, you definitely, they hit you because you got something. You got to remember that. And two, if they giving you 1 meal, you worth at least 10. They ain't dumb business people.
Nah, exactly.
So it is definitely business. I just want to know, coming out to the city for the first time, what is it that you want to leave here with, and what do you want to leave here giving to the people of Omaha and the surrounding cities that's coming out to vibe with you on the first?
Yeah, man. I wanna leave with some wings first and foremost. I like wings. People out there, if you didn't know that by now, I do. But nah, but
we got you tonight.
I bet. Let's go. Like, come on now. I love it. I love to hear it. But man, no, I want to leave with inspiration. I want to leave with some experiences and connections, that will fuel me to continue, to do what I'm doing, but do it better at a higher level. I want to, I always make it a point. Like, I love my fan base. We call it the Village. And I think the Village is so dope because we share experiences, and it's cool because for the first time in my music career, I feel like I can be human, with the people who support me, and I don't have to like put on this facade, and I don't have to like turn something on, because I feel like I had to do that for a real long time, and I had to be this character. But now I feel like, yeah, I can come in, however I'm feeling at that moment, they gonna be like, yeah, nah, you my dog, we accept you as you are, how you come. So I want to build some more connections, and exchange energies, good energies. No bad stuff. I want to exchange good energy, and I want to be able to, give just as much as I receive, and I want to be able to just put that back out there in a good way.
Yeah, for sure, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, this been a dope experience. I'm ready. I'm getting ready. I'm like, I can't wait for tomorrow so I can first sit down and prepare, because I got some cool ass sets I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Make sure that we get it right, man. I got my suit. Shout out to all the black people that design and everything, man. I'm almost an all black designer, everything. Yeah. So it's gonna be super dope, man.
Nice.
Before we get you out of here, what kind of projects, what you working on, what you got coming up for the people, man?
Man, I got some. I had to look in the corner. I got some big stuff coming up. Hopefully, we'll see in the next couple of weeks. We might have something coming really, really big. So just stay tuned. If y'all on my social media, turn on them post notifications so you do not miss it. But other than that, definitely new music. And what else? New visuals, all the regular stuff. But really some big announcements that have to do with some people who have some tenure. I'll say that in the game. So yeah.
That's dope. Oh, and just jog my memory on something. Big Crit, one of my favorite artists, right? Yeah. One of my favorite. What is it like to have somebody from the house, from the home, work with you, even, I'll say early in your career, because you may have been doing it for a while, but early in your notoriety of your career? Like, what is it like having somebody from the house who done showed you the way of how to get it, do it out the mud, been producing their own stuff and making music? What is that? How does that feel? What does that mean for you?
I mean, for me, man, it's just anything, just gives me happy and elated, when it comes from the home team. For me, it's important, and I love what Big Crit is doing, because in conjunction with what I'm doing and some other great artists out there from Mississippi, you can just really show, the people in your surrounding areas that, man, you could do this too. Like, we get a lot of slack, from about where we come from, and, people don't know that Mississippi is a birthplace of American music, and a lot of your your favorite musicians come from Mississippi. They may not say it on wax or tell you that, but I think, man, it's just important. Like, I applaud him for doing what he's doing and doing it on such a grand scale, and showing that, like, like, talk about multifaceted, like, when it comes to, spitting, writing, producing, singing, all the different modes of art, which is the same stuff I'm into, man. He got it all. So, yeah, it was dope working with him, man. And it just felt like family. It wasn't even nothing crazy. It was just like, yeah, this is my cousin. Right. You know what I'm saying? He came through, we shot the video, did the record, and boom, you know what I'm saying? And we good just like that. So, man, yeah, shout out Crit, man. Another legend, in the hometown of Mississippi.
Yes, sir. And shout out Big Son, man.
Shout out Big Son. That boy crazy. Boy, son, if you listen to this, you crazy, boy. That boy, that's a funny man right there. You ever talk to him in person, you gonna laugh a couple times.
Right.
Not once, but a couple times.
I'm a little familiar. I told you I'm from down that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. You got anything?
Nah, man. Yeah. Nah, man. Just thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for blessing us with music, and I look forward to seeing how you create with this new music. Look forward to seeing the evolution.
Oh yeah, man. Thank y'all for having me. I'm definitely excited about tomorrow with the Sneakers Foray. Never been to Omaha, so I'm super stoked. You know what I'm saying? Y'all downtown look pretty cool. I was, we was kind of catching the vibes today, you know what I'm saying? But I'm excited for tomorrow, man. And yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, don't let that Belly movie fool you, man. We got more than cornfields out here.
This is the birthplace of Malcolm X. We about our shit.
Let's go.
And before we get out, can we let the people know where they can find you at?
Yeah, most definitely. You can find me on all social media platforms at Dear Silas. It's the same on every one of them, so you don't got to get confused by that. And if you want to stream my music, I'm everywhere. Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Amazon, whatever you have, I got it. Dear Silas. My latest project is It's Giving Self-Love, which features some songs you might like, called I Ain't Stressing Today, I Love You, I Love Me, excuse me, and Thank You. Those are the singles. And yeah, y'all go check it out. And we got some new stuff on the way. Excited about that. So yeah.
Yes, sir, man. We appreciate you coming through, man. We are ready to get to it on tomorrow, bro. Y'all know this is Streets A&R Podcast. You know you where to find us. We're on everything but Apple. That's Streets AANDR. So hit us up, comment, like, subscribe, share, watch, listen. That's probably should have been first, watch and listen.
And if you made it to this point, drop a I Ain't Stressing Today in the comments, man.
Yeah. Put the dancing emoji in. Let them shoulders rock.
That part.
A little bit, man. But yeah, we gonna get out of here till the next time, man. It's your host, Giddy Jicky with it.
It's your host, Johnny No Good.
And we out of here, man. Thank you, dear Silas.
Peace.
No doubt.
The beats, the flow, the rhythm. All movement starts from the streets. Streets A&R Podcast.